Welcome to a special edition of the 305. We have our brown friend over here joining us today. This is my friend Suleiman. Suleiman, how are we doing today?
Yeah, I'm doing really good. Thanks for having me.
Okay, so what we're going to do today is we're going to have a discussion with one of the top debaters on Spaces, the guy who likes to debate quite often, and he's extremely good at arguing. But you know what? That's what I expect. You're a 33 Lifepath. I'm a 33. He's a 33.6, though. So I'm like more pure and everything. God damn, I can't hear anything anymore.
It's mine's way too loud.
Go like this then, like that.
Okay.
Okay. We having some technical difficulties. It is what it is. Anyways, listen, Suleiman, I've known you for how long?
Couple of years.
Couple of years, man. And I think we did a podcast in 2023. That's how we got acquainted.
Yeah.
And since then, we became good friends and stuff like that.
True.
Trying to advance Muslim-Jewish relations and stuff like that. so we're going to get into all that stuff, man, because Suleiman, you got some explaining to do. You're in America, and us Americans are going to ask some questions. I'm going to ask the questions that they want to know, and we're going to see how you respond. But before we go into that, tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell the people who don't know who you are what you do.
Yeah, my name is Suleiman Ahmed. I am quite big on X. I've got a large platform. I run the biggest spaces on X.
True.
A huge following, and into geopolitics. I basically post about geopolitics, both in the Middle East, United States of America, UK, and then culture issues.
You mean that shithole?
And then culture issues. And that's basically it. That's what I do. I've obviously got educational background. I've got a degree in law, conversion in maths and philosophy as well.
So you were born in the UK?
Yes.
UK. So I consider the UK a shithole. If I was president of the United States, I'd cut off the UK, put sanctions on them because they actually put people in jail for tweets. Your country is tyrannical. I would feel more safe in Russia than I would the UK. But go ahead and defend your shithole.
Well, I agree with you, so there's nothing to speak about that.
What do you think about your prime minister?
Well, he's a Jewish Zionist. Mm-hmm. It might be your cousin. I'm not sure. But he's...
we see how this is going. Okay. We see how this is going.
But yeah, and he's got... His wife's a Jewish Zionist. His children are Jews. He's...
Something wrong with having Jewish kids? They're not guilty. They didn't do anything.
Yeah, nothing whatsoever about having. But I'm just talking about it because that does have an impact on your psychology and your belief systems. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think he's causing a huge problem in the United Kingdom. He's completely destroying all aspects of the country, and I think he's been implanted by the Zionists in order to do so. And then
Why is he promoting Islam if he's planted by Zionists? Why is he trying to? His Homeland Secretary and all these other people are Muslims. So if this guy's a so-called Zionist Jew, as you say, why is he putting all these Muslims in power?
It's a good question. So why is it there's some Muslims in power? So you're talking about Shabana Mahmood. And it's a very good point you made, actually. And I think it's really important we get into it. So Shabana Mahmood is a Muslim.
Yeah.
She's from Kashmir, right? And she's someone who 10 years ago used to be part of the pro-Palestinian protests. She used to go to pro-Palestinian protests. And then she becomes Home Secretary, right? She's given a position in the cabinet. What's the first thing she does? Bans pro-Palestinian protests. She says if you protest in the same place twice, you will be banned. And this demonstrates something. It shows that when certain Muslims, actually all of the Muslims, who get into positions of power, they betray their belief system, they betray their ideology, they betray their religion, they betray all aspects and they sell out to the Zionists. And this is quite distinctly different to Jewish people, because what they do is when they get into positions of power, they won't put the UK first when it's the UK. They won't put the United States first when they're in the United States. They'll always put the foreign nation of Israel first. They'll always put their people first. And so that's where the distinct difference is. So Keir Starmer being the Jew, let me just finish this point. So Keir Starmer being the Jewish Zionist puts Israel first, whereas Shabana Mahmood puts Israel first as well.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay, so he's putting Israel first, yet he decided to recognize Palestine as a state. So why would someone who, in your words, puts Israel first recognize a Palestinian state, which is exactly the opposite of what Benjamin Netanyahu and the Zionists want? Explain that one to me.
That's a really good question. The reason why he's done that is twofold. The first is because he knows that by recognizing the Palestinian state, there's no real substance behind it. It's like me recognizing you as a demon. It's irrelevant.
I mean, a lot of grippers say that though.
Yeah, but I haven't got the power to do so, right? I can't put you in prison. I can't do any of those things. UK does not have the power. The only country that has real power to recognize Palestinian state is the United States of America.
And that's not happening under Donald Trump. I can assure you, I do not want a Palestinian state. I'm going to tell you why. Okay. Because how long until a CCP base, a Chinese military base, is in Gaza if you were given a Palestinian state? Probably within 3 months.
Okay, so I'll answer that question, but let me just finish the other point. So the second thing is this, and it's in terms of why he's recognized as a Palestinian. That's the first bit. And the second bit is that if you look at the UK, more so than the United States of America, most of the US now is against Israel. In the UK, it's almost everyone. The vast, overwhelming majority is against Israel, and therefore, it's got to a point where he's on his own and everyone's against him, and then you've got Corbyn who's created a new party and everyone's going to move towards that new party. So you've got a situation where you're not
Corbyn the communist.
He is a socialist. He's a socialist, yeah. But the point is, but people don't vote for him because he's a communist or whatever. He's the only one who is against, is pro-Palestine, and that's the reason people vote for him, because he's the only person who was against Zionism, and the Zionists took him out. Now, in terms of your second point, in terms of why Palestine shouldn't be a state, so obviously you would say that because of like your Jewish heritage, but in reality,
that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that because I'm an American and I don't want a CCP base in Gaza. Facts.
Well, the thing is, there's not going to be a CCP.
Well, you can't guarantee that. You can't guarantee that.
Well, you can't guarantee anything. What we do know is
why leave it to chance?
Well, it's not about leaving it to chance. What it is each people should be given an opportunity for sovereignty. What you've got with the Palestinian people is they shouldn't be ethnically cleansed and removed to other countries. First of all, even if you don't think of it as a moral issue, right? Even if you don't care, you don't have the morality. You care about it from in terms of security within the region. If you've got people coming into the country in huge numbers, that's not going to be secure for those places. And therefore, in reality, just from a national security or worldwide security perspective, it would make sense to be in that country for them to redevelop it. And that's what I believe Trump's doing, unless you think he's lying. I don't know. But the thing is, it does seem like he is claiming that he's going to redevelop Gaza and give them an opportunity to stay in their own land. So whether it's going to be a state or not, that's a different point. Because remember, the Zionists, which is your position.
I'm not a Zionist. No. He's not going to do this. I am no Zionist. As a matter of fact, I probably was one of the first people on social media to speak against Zionism 20 years ago. So we're not going to go there.
The thing is, like, the issue you have is, it's like, you know when there's fire?
Yeah.
There's the fog. So you might not be inside the fire, but you get impacted by the fog. So a lot of your talking...
over here in America, I get impacted by the fog over there in Palestine?
Seriously? No, I'll explain to you why. It's by the Zionist propaganda. And so what happens is you get impacted by that. So you can see that some of your talking points without realizing, it's not you. A lot of people, even these guys who hate the Jews, they're like, we named the Jew.
Yeah.
If you look at it, they're always perpetuating Zionist talking points because they control the NGOs, they control the lobby groups, they control the media, and therefore...
They really control the media?
Yeah,
they control the media.
So, but just let me.
Hold on. He likes to talk a lot. I didn't interrupt where you're going to be talking the whole time. How do they control the media if IG is recommending Nick Fuentes, if Facebook is recommending people who are considered anti-Semites? How do they control social media when everything you see on social media is anti-Zionist? How do they control social media, my friend?
Okay, I'll answer that. So, first of all, they control the mainstream media.
I didn't say mainstream media.
Okay, you agree with that.
I said social media.
We're going to take a point on that. So you agree they control mainstream media. Okay. You agree they now control TikTok as well.
I think the Zionists made a coup against the Chinese. And quite frankly, I'll make this statement right now. I would rather have the Zionists control that shit than the CCP. 100%. Because no matter what this Brit says over here, the CCP is America's greatest enemy. It's not even close. The CCP have a standing army. They have the biggest navy in the world. And this guy wants us to worry about a parasite all day. Nah, bro, we're cool.
I am so shocked. Are you shocked? Are you shocked? Are you shocked that a Jew wants the Jewish Zionists to control
I said rather.
TikTok?
I said rather.
So let's be clear on this, right? So they control TikTok.
Correct.
Right? And what we know is, you mentioned this previously, so I think you agree with this, that they consider the white man to be the greatest enemy.
Correct.
Right? And
Do you believe that?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
And we've seen it.
So the white man is the Zionist greatest enemy, not the brown man, not the black man, but the white man. In your words. Okay, cool.
They're both enemies, but they're greater. So
And why is that?
Well, I explained it in the previous debate.
Give us a 30-second cliff note to it. Why is the white man the biggest danger?
Because for 2,000 years, they've had beef, and they believe that they've oppressed, the Jews believe that they've oppressed them for 2,000 years. And so what they believe is, and this isn't Jewish Ashkenazi text, they even say that, look, the Muslims are going to be our slaves. End of times, the Muslims are going to be our slaves, but we're going to wipe out the Christians. So this is the Jews, and this is your Ashkenazi. I think you're Ashkenazi Jew as well.
Not.
The Ashkenazi Jewish text. So they do see them, and that's why they've destroyed their society through media, through social media, through through Hollywood, through various other things. So I agree with you. They've destroyed them. They've caused the population collapse. They've caused liberalism, feminism, because they see them as a threat.
Why are they the threat? Why are they the biggest threat?
Because I just told you, because they believe for 2,000 years they oppressed them. They almost eradicated them during certain times of history. They did the Holocaust. This is their belief. They did the Holocaust against them, and therefore what they want is, let's take them out before they take us out. And we're going to annihilate them now, because at the end of times, we're definitely going to annihilate them.
Okay, that's good talking points over there.
Yeah.
The reason they're the biggest enemy is because they have the highest IQ level. That's why. Because they are the most intelligent, and they are competition. They're not worried about the brown or black guys. They're worried about the white man, and that's why all this stuff is happening in white countries. Do you disagree with me?
I disagree about the intelligence part, because in reality, what you see is they're obviously intelligent in some aspects. They clearly weren't intelligent enough, as one's other people as well, but they clearly weren't intelligent enough to make sure that the Zionists don't control them and destroy their society. But yes, they do see them as the
did it in
biggest enemy.
covert ways through
Exactly.
women's rights and all this other nonsense.
Yeah.
But they targeted the white race for a reason.
I agree.
Okay, we're good.
Yeah.
So we're on the same page with that. Let's move on to the next subject. When it comes down to
they control all the social media.
No, they don't. No,
Yeah.
they don't.
Anyway, go ahead.
No, well, actually, there's Marxist Jews and there's Zionist Jews, and obviously the Marxist Jews.
What's the common word where you said that?
I mean, it doesn't matter. No. You have Shiites. You have Shiites, and you have Sunnis. You have
Zionist Jews.
No.
Marxist Jews.
This is the point. You have Shiites,
and they're all Zionists.
And you have
and
Sunnis.
They're
They're both called Muslims, but they both hate each other. They both got each other's throats. This is why Iran and Saudi Arabia are enemies to each other. So he doesn't want to talk about that.
I'll explain that.
Yeah, okay, exactly. So let me finish the Zionists. There's Marxist Jews and there's Zionist Jews. The Zionist Jews control the military-industrial complex.
The Marxist Jews Zionists.
The Zionist Jews.
The Marxist Jews Zionists? Please, can you answer, sir?
No. No, they're not, because they broke off from Israel. They broke off from Israel.
Oh, bro.
Listen.
This is Zio propaganda.
If the Zionists had as much control as he says they are, he wouldn't be on TikTok. He wouldn't be on. He wouldn't be on Twitter. You would be shut down if the Zionists had as much control as you say they would. You would not have a voice. That's a fact.
I'll explain it. So they've basically controlled all of media, and with X, and they banned everyone on all these other.
Wow, you're the king of Twitter, though. How did they ban you?
Yeah, but X.
I've been banned more than you. I've been banned. The Zionist Jew supposedly been banned 24 times.
Right.
You have an account. Nick Fuentes has an account. Andrew Tate has an account. Gary the numbers guy, the numerologist, anyway, the Jew, does not have an account. So explain that one, Suleiman.
I'll explain. So there's 2 points, right? So the first thing is, when you look on X, right, we have been significantly.
I'm cooking here, bro.
No,
you smell that shit?
No, you're getting destroyed. You're getting destroyed.
If you say so.
You're getting destroyed. So in X, if you look at it, there's been huge censorship. We've been deboosted. We've lost our blue check marks.
Yeah, you have.
And if it wasn't for the fact that we had the algorithm hadn't deboosted us, I'd have like 3 to 4 million followers. In terms of you, the reason why you've been banned, I believe, is because you, on certain instances, have gone against the Jewish Zionist narrative, which
you
has been
just
a problem
called me a Zionist.
I'll explain to you. No, I already explained that. You're not understanding the complexity of the issue. I'm talking about the smoke. So, for example, you went against COVID.
Correct.
Right? This was their agenda.
Yes.
For some reason, can you explain why COVID was impacting Ashkenazi Jews less than everybody else?
I mean, listen, when it comes down to it,
Yeah.
I think it affected everyone in the world, including your Muslim world.
Whoa. Why did it impact Ashkenazi Jews less than everybody else? Please answer. Don't try and derail.
Do you actually have evidence that says that? So why don't you present your evidence instead of making claims?
So Kennedy who is controlled by the Zios.
No proof, but you say so.
Yeah, he's controlled by the Zionists and Rabbi Shmuley. And
I already destroyed Rabbi Shmuley.
So the point is, he actually said, and he didn't realize what he was saying. He said, according to the data, it impacts Ashkenazi Jews less because it was created as a bioweapon by Zionists.
And I think it was China. Wuhan lab in China. That's what Trump told me.
Which was funded by American military, which is controlled by Zionists.
That right there is propaganda from a guy from the UK. But I mean, whatever.
Obviously, defend the Jews, innit?
I'm not defending anything. See, here's the thing. He wants to blame everything on Israel, but that's just not the case. When Israel is at fault, I will blame them.
You won't.
See, this guy over here wants to all kumbaya and everything.
They're your people. This is the problem, and this is the thing. See, this is the fallacy of what you're saying, where you say left-wing Jews aren't Zionists. They are Zionists.
No, they're not.
So, for example, Keir Starmer is a Zionist. He actually said, I'm a Zionist.
Okay, but he's not a Marxist. He's not a Marxist Jew.
He's a left-wing. He's left-wing. And
he's not a Marxist Jew?
I mean, then he's left-wing. He's far left. According to you guys, he's far left.
I mean, according to British, he's like right down the middle. He's a moderate according to British.
No, according to me, he's right-wing. But according to the UK, and if you look at the US and ask anyone, they'll always say he's a left-wing Marxist.
Everyone outside the US is a goddamn Marxist.
The ADL are Zionists as well.
Correct.
And they're left-wing. So this whole claim you're making is just fake propaganda.
It's not fake at all.
It doesn't matter if you're a left-wing Jew. It doesn't matter if you're a right-wing Jew.
Okay.
What actually happens is they'll fight amongst themselves. Right? That is my position. But whenever they have a threat against them, or they believe there's a threat, they join forces.
Never has Israel had so much against them, and then the Zionist Jews and the Marxist Jews have split up.
They haven't split.
They've
always been separate.
Listen, guys,
They've always been separate. The reason the world is against them is because they've killed so many people, and therefore people think these guys are demons. They're horrific. Why are they killing so many people? This is unacceptable from a humanitarian perspective. And
more people have died in Ukraine. More people have died in Nigeria.
But
no, they don't. They only care about if it's Muslim blood.
That's not
no
true.
one gives a damn if white people are dying. There's a real genocide going on in Ukraine right now.
By who?
About a million people have died. No one cares.
By who?
Because the only time they care if it's Muslims who are dying. They don't care if the white man's dying. They don't care if the black man's dying. They only care if Muslims are dying.
Okay,
that's a fact.
Let me respond to that. That's fake news. In reality,
where have died more people, Ukraine or Gaza?
Can I finish my point?
Just answer that question. Answer that question. Where have more people died, in Ukraine or Gaza?
Ukraine. Yeah.
Thank you. Case closed.
Yeah, but let me respond to your point though. So look, this is the ridiculous nature, and this is like Jewish supremacy, because in reality, that's not what's happened. People cared about Ukraine and Russia. Heck, most of the big issues and most of the big moves were about that. Why is it Russia was banned from everything, but Israel wasn't? Because everyone cared, and they knew that when they can oppress the Russians, and no one would care. And the reason they gave for why they want to oppress the Russians, why they didn't let them play in sports, why they took away their banks, why they basically stole things from anyone who was Russian.
Biden stole $300 billion from them. Yeah, correct.
The reason they got away with it is because of the murder that was going on there, because they believe that the Ukrainians were being murdered significantly by the Russians in huge numbers, and that Putin was the oppressor, to the point where in the United Kingdom, which you say is a shithole.
You're a shithole.
Yeah, but in the United Kingdom, we allowed more Ukrainian refugees in 1 year than any refugees have been allowed in the last 10 years. So this claim that no one cared about Ukraine is a lie.
For letting white people in your country. Congratulations.
Because what happened was the Jewish Zionists created the Ukrainian war, and they got the whites to be murdered as per what these guys wanted, and it was Jewish Zionists in the Biden administration that caused it, and then they basically blew up Nord Stream as well. They basically destroyed the entire economy of Western white countries, and it was the Jews that did it. It's the Jewish Zionists who did it again. So again, it goes back to the same point. The Jewish Zionists are murdering and killing white people as well, and people care about it. We care about it. We disagree with it. We disavow it.
You guys don't care about white people.
Yes, we do.
Because here's the
point.
You
Jews don't.
No. Here's the point.
Jews don't.
First of all,
you Jews are murdering them.
Okay. Let's make this abundantly clear. Let's make this abundantly clear. This guy can say the same thing over and over, but at the end of the day, Palestinian deaths maybe 100,000.
600,000.
Well, that's propaganda.
600,000.
It's about 100,000.
600,000.
See, who's the Jew now? Who's the Jew now who left the 600,000 number? Who's the Jew now who likes the 6 number? See, every time it's 6 million or 600,000, straight propaganda. It's about 100,000. But what is not, hold on, what is not propaganda is over 1 million white people have died in Ukraine, and no one gives a damn.
Who caused it?
No one gives a damn.
Who caused it?
Who caused the protests?
Who caused it?
Where are the protests around the world?
There was protests.
Where?
When Ukraine and Russia
before Gaza.
Exactly.
And now that Gaza's happened, no one cares about the white people dying. It's all about you brown, you Arabs dying. That's all they care about.
Now I'll explain it.
Okay. Explain that. Explain to me how 10 to 1 whites are dying and he only cares about the Muslims dying.
I'll explain it. And by the way, I care about both because I spoke against that for a very long time.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
When's the last time you spoke about it?
I just did a space about 2 weeks ago on it.
And you talked about the Ukrainians dying. It was white genocide. You call it white genocide?
No, I didn't call it white genocide.
Why is that not genocide? But what's happening in Ukraine? Genocide.
I'll explain it. You're not letting me speak. Let me respond to the first point.
You're dominating the whole show.
No, let me respond to your first point, which is obviously Zionist propaganda. So the first thing is, right, in terms of Russia and Ukraine, what was the point you made? I forgot now because you said so many times.
More people have died in Russia and
about
Ukraine
than
in Gaza.
About people protesting. So let's go into that. So let's look at it in reality. So when Putin went into Ukraine,
correct,
and Ukrainians and Russians were dying,
yes,
everyone was speaking about it. People were protesting. Now until Gaza. And the reason,
why was it pushed aside?
I'll explain to you why. The reason why is because humans themselves, have very short-term memory. If there's another war immediately after this, people will forget about the Gaza war. Because
that's not true. There's a war going on in Nigeria right now. There's a war going on.
There's no war in Nigeria.
Yes, there are. They're ethnically cleansing people in Nigeria.
They're not
and in Sudan, there's definitely people, Christians, who are dying right now on the hands of
not true as well.
Your people.
That's not true as well.
That's definitely true.
I'll explain it.
Who's the Zionist propaganda now?
I'll explain it. So you don't understand the war. This is the problem. So the Sudan war is something that's been caused by the UAE, and it's causing basically Sudanese people, irrespective of religion, Muslims and Christians are dying because they're causing that internal war.
Who's dying more?
And I thought you loved
who's dying more?
You love these Arabs, the UAE and Saudi Arabia. So it's your people. It's the people who you endorse who are murdering them. I disagree with them. I disagree with them.
There will be no slander. There will be no slander. Hold on. There will be no slander of Saudi Arabia. There will be no slander on Saudi Arabia on this show. No. There will be no slander of Saudi Arabia. May the crown prince, long may he reign.
Zayo be Zayo.
Okay.
And then the second point is, so you mentioned about Sudan. I've covered that. What was the other one? And Nigeria. Nigeria, again, isn't a genocide. You have basically farmers who are fighting amongst each other. There is some extremism. There's
coming from what side? Coming from what side?
Sorry?
Christian side or Muslim side? Where's the extremism coming from?
So the extremism is from the Muslim side because it's Boko Haram.
He just told the truth.
Yeah, because it's Boko Haram who are basically extremists who have the same ideology as Saudi Arabia. So the people you support.
100%. I will always support them.
So you support Boko Haram?
I will support the Saudis because the Saudis are the only legitimate government within the Middle East.
You support Boko Haram? You support Boko Haram?
I'm just saying Saudi Arabia. I don't know anything about it.
You support the genocide in Nigeria?
Of course.
Okay.
But it's your people doing it, not mine.
Yeah, I disavow them. I call them out. Like I just did now with this.
Okay.
I said, like,
but when I disavow the Zionist, I'm still a Zionist. But when you disavow, you're clean now, right? You have nothing on your hands, right?
Exactly.
Those are your people doing that shit.
Yeah. They
might be a little darker than you, but they believe in the same God.
They
believe in the same God. They pray the same way you do.
But they believe they don't. They believe the same ideology as your people, the Saudi Arabians.
But hold on. They're Muslims like you. I'm not a Muslim.
No, but
I'll never be a Muslim. You are.
No, but they are Salafist, Wahhabist, extremist Muslims.
I mean, listen. At the end of the day, Iran is the danger in the Middle East. When it comes to Muslims, obviously the Zionists are the biggest danger in the Middle East. But I mean, listen,
Zionists are the biggest danger in the whole world.
Well, I mean, no, I think it's the CCP.
Yeah, I mean, CCC is a problem, so I don't want to even disagree with you there. But the Zionists are the biggest problem.
So, what do the Chinese do about your people? In China, how do they handle your people? They've actually said that Islam's a mental illness. How come you don't ever go at the Chinese? I'm curious.
Okay, I'll answer that. So so the Chinese actually treat the Muslims well. The Han Muslims
really?
They do. They treat the Han Muslims.
They're destroying mosques in China.
I'll explain it.
They actually serve alcohol in mosques in China. They've converted the Uyghurs. They don't even allow them to fast. during Ramadan, and this is the way you treat Muslims, let me know, because I'll start treating them here like the same way.
Okay, are you going to let me answer that point?
Go ahead.
Right? Yeah. Just so your audience gets some education. So
it's coming for this side of the mic when they get it.
So listen, I don't know about that. So listen, the Chinese Muslims, what I call the Han Muslims, you know who they are, right?
Correct.
They actually, you have freedom of religion. You go there. There's so much halal food places. There's mosques. They complete freedom of religion when it comes to Han Muslims. Now with the Uyghurs, the issue isn't religion based. The issue is, and you know this, you're a smart guy. You're not that dumb, are you? Come on, like you know geopolitics.
I know exactly what's going on. They will not allow Islam to spread the same way it does in other countries.
Okay, you don't get it.
They won't do it.
Okay,
they won't let it.
Okay, you don't get it. So let me explain to you how.
Chinese are a little bit smarter when it comes to dealing with your people in the mind.
You don't understand geopolitics. Let me explain to you. So in reality, what it is the issue with the Uyghurs, who, remember, the Uyghurs are the ones who went to Syria and supported the overthrowing of thingy. The Uyghurs, they have an issue with them because of their rebellious nature. It's a geopolitical issue. A lot
of Muslims are rebellious in nature.
It's the geopolitical situation, because that area, Xinjiang, is extremely beneficial for our trade routes. It's extreme. If basically China was to lose that would be open season for them. So therefore, they need to keep that region in control. And the Uyghurs,
so they clap down on them.
They clamp down on the Uyghurs, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they clamp down on the Uyghurs.
That's exactly what I said.
But no, it's not. Because your claim was that they clamp down on Islam. I'm saying Han Muslims, who are Chinese Muslims, they don't clamp down on them. The issue isn't religion-based. It's actually based on race, because the Uyghurs are not are Turkic people.
Correct.
The Chinese are not Turkic people. And the disagreement is actually based on race and the region, not based on religion.
I got it.
Do you understand the difference?
I get it. So let's since you said that, let's move on. I don't have a problem with white Muslims. My family from Russia are white Muslims. See, that's the thing. I married into a Muslim family when it was difficult in the United States to do that. I did that in 2004.
Mashallah.
3 years
Mashallah,
after. 3 years after 9/11. So I did it when that was difficult. But I don't have.
You married a Muslim.
Yeah, of course. So
Muslim
I don't have an issue with white Muslims.
Okay.
It's you darker skinned Muslims that seem to be a little bit violent. Always talking about jihad and all this other nonsense. So I'm gonna make this clear. I'm gonna make this clear.
Yeah.
So since you said it's about race, cool. So the Han Muslims are cool over there in China. Cool. We can deal with the white Muslims here, but you throwbacks from the Middle East who try to come over here and change this country, we're having none of it.
Okay, let me go to that point. So let's be clear on this. Your point is this, right? You don't have an issue with white Muslims.
No, I really don't. I don't see white Muslims causing terrorism. Okay. I don't see white Muslims going around saying Allah Akbar, then boom. I don't see any of that.
Have you heard of someone called Jihadi John?
No.
Okay, maybe you should do your research. So anyway,
you're gonna one guy. I can point out. I'm about to go down a list of hundreds of your people saying. So go ahead. I need more than one guy though.
No, but listen, 1 second. So that was just an example on the top of my head. I can bring out a few examples. But the thing is, so you haven't got a problem with white Muslims.
No. My family's full of white Muslims.
Okay, you need to let me finish my point. Right? So you haven't got a problem with white Muslims. You've only got a problem with brown Muslims. So what's the similar? So in reality, what you're saying is you haven't got an issue with Muslims.
No, I don't.
You got a problem with browns.
Yeah, I mean they're the ones who seem to be violent. Okay. They're the ones who come over here, start playing their call to prayer 5 times a day in Dearborn, Michigan. Why do we have to hear that shit?
Okay,
this is not a Muslim country.
So Dearborn, Michigan. Okay. So
by the way, I've been there many times.
Okay, cool. So Dearborn, Michigan. According to the stats, is 35% Christian because it's Arab Christians.
Okay.
So
what's the Muslim stats?
65%.
Okay.
I'm talking about, within the Muslim population. Within the Middle Eastern population, 35% of them are Christian, 65% of them are Muslim. So I just want to understand what your position is. So have you got a problem with the Middle Eastern Christians or all Middle Easterners? Because they're all in Dearborn, Michigan.
Well, I mean, this is a Christian nation, even though I don't support Christianity.
How is it a Christian nation?
I'll put, because most of the people in this country are Christians. So this would, to me,
but the Constitution. Do you believe the Constitution is built on Christianity?
I believe that it's a secular government, but I think the founding fathers made a mistake when it came down to that. I don't think it should have been a secular government. I think they should have called this a Christian nation from the start. Okay. That way,
maybe you wouldn't have been allowed
that way. Well, maybe it would have been a little bit difficult for me.
Yeah.
But at least I know this so-called white nation would have stayed a lot more white because of it.
How though? Because like a lot of the Mexicans that are coming across are Christian.
We just need them to work.
So you would be for immigration?
Well, they're hardworking people.
One second.
They come here and assimilate. They come here and assimilate.
Really?
Your people don't come here and assimilate.
One second. So your claim, because remember this.
I made a lot of claims, not just one.
Yeah, you made a lot of logical claims. So your claim is that you're for legal and illegal migration of Christians, irrespective of race.
No, I mean, listen,
and so you're for the mass immigration of Mexicans into the United States of America.
I didn't say that. He said that. You notice how he just
turns?
He puts words in your mouth. This is what he does. This is what he does. He just puts words in people's mouths. This is exactly what he does.
These Jews want to destroy the West. See, they support the mass migration. Now he's supporting Mexican migration.
I didn't say that. See, he said that. He said that. He said that. I didn't say that.
Crazy.
And it's crazy how you try to put words in people's mouths. It's just crazy how you do that.
Ban the Jews, remove them from office, send them out of the United States of America, because all they've done is destroy this nation.
I don't think any dual nationalists should be in the United States government. That's for sure.
But even anyone with the right to retention as well.
I mean, listen.
You shouldn't be.
Why shouldn't I be?
Have you got a right to return?
I was born in this country.
Have you got a right to return? I have
no idea.
I'll answer to your question.
Most people consider me a goy. The Jews consider me a goy too. So, no, hold on. My mom's not Jewish. My dad's Jewish. Yeah. So based off that, I'm a goy to them just like I am to you.
It doesn't matter, because you've got Jewish blood, you'll be able to get Aliyah.
Okay, I'm not going back to the wall. You have a better chance of kissing the wall than I do. I promise you that.
Based on your talking points, you're already snug in the wall. You're already snug in the wall right now.
Did you get your $7,000 check yet?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
No, I didn't. But it seems like they just put your check in immediately.
I see.
How much you get paid for this podcast?
Oh man, I get paid a lot, but not from them.
Yeah, but from
we call it the 305 podcast. That's an 8, so you know I'm getting paid.
So it's 305 podcast. What's 305 mean?
That's the area code of Miami.
Is the area code of Miami? There's a lot of Jews in Miami. There's a lot of Jews in Miami.
Yeah, a lot of Muslims in Miami too.
What? Is there more Jews or more Muslims?
Definitely more Jews than Muslims here.
Thank you.
But in America, there's definitely more Muslims than Jews.
In America?
No, 100%.
Oh my God.
Definitely more Muslims than Jews. That's definitely more Muslims than Jews.
Can you put up the stats? It's literally more Jews than Muslims. It's double.
Listen. We don't have Jewish enclaves that play call their prayer all the time. We don't do that. When Jews do, see, here's the difference.
You have Jewish enclaves in New York. You have Jewish enclaves in Miami. You have Jewish enclaves.
Who's the Jewish? We have a Jewish mayor. We have a Jewish mayor in New York. We have a Muslim mayor in New York. Who's about to be mayor in New York? A Jew or a Muslim?
Have you heard of Josh Shapiro?
I'm asking you. I'm asking you. Why are you changing the subject? Why are you changing the subject? Do you have a Muslim mayor or a Jewish mayor coming in New York?
Why are you specifying? Have you got more Jewish senators and congressmen than Muslim?
Definitely.
Exactly.
Definitely.
Have you got Jews who control the president?
I mean, there's no one controls the president. No one controls the president.
What did you guys do to
No
Kennedy?
one controls the president.
What did you guys do to Kennedy?
As a matter of fact, he has a closer relationship with Saudi Arabia than he does with Netanyahu.
That's your boys.
100%.
That's your boys.
100%. I love it.
What did your boys do to Kennedy?
I mean, my boys didn't do anything to Kennedy.
Oh,
my boys denying that as well. Those aren't my boys.
What about
those are your boys?
What did your boys do with LBJ?
I mean, he's a piece of shit. I pissed on his grave.
But he did a lot of bidding for your boys.
Well, basically, John F. Kennedy signed Executive Order 11110, stripping the Federal Reserve of their power to print money, and that's why they clapped his ass. And as soon as LBJ became president, the first thing he did was sign Executive Order overturning Executive Order 11110.
Who owns the Federal Reserve?
Zionists.
Your boys.
That's not my boys. They're closer to you than me. They're closer to you than me. So let's make this clear. Let's make this abundantly clear.
Your boys.
I do not have any boys who are Zionists. I speak the truth.
What?
I speak the truth.
What?
I speak the.
What?
I mean, who's a Zionist around me? Who's a Zionist around me? You know all my friends. Who's a Zionist around me? When you're around me, do I even have any white people around me? They're all minorities.
That's true.
So it is what it is.
The Jew knows how to control the minorities. The white man knows to keep away from this Jew. The white man knows to keep away from this Jew.
This guy's funny, man.
It's just like they cause the slave trade, isn't it? These guys.
Well, it's the Muslim slave ships. They were actually shipping the slaves.
Jewish slave ships, bro.
No, it's Muslim slave ships.
The Jewish slave ships took the slaves to the United States of America.
Okay,
the
having
Jewish
said that,
slave
Bills, it's time to start playing some videos because this guy's propaganda is absolute garbage.
How much more longer you want to go for?
So, about 20 more minutes.
Well, it's already 9:30.
All right, come on. He doesn't want to get cooked anymore.
No, it's fine. I'm destroying you.
Let's just play some videos.
Destroying you.
All right, let's go to this right here. Play this first video right here. Why as an American do I have to be subjected to this garbage?
I can't hear it.
You're about to. Why do I have to hear this garbage in America? You know what that is? Yeah, cut the tape. He gets it. Why do I have to be, as an American, subjected to this Muslim garbage?
Okay, I'll answer that. So the first thing is, there's few important points. First, I don't agree with that, right? Because I think that you need to respect your environment and you need to respect the people.
So the Muslims who are doing this are wrong.
No, I'll explain to you what.
They're not wrong, but you don't support it.
I don't support it.
But they're not wrong?
I'll explain to you why. The issue you've got is, and it's basically in the United States of America, you do have freedom of religion. And just like how the Jews in New York, I went to New York and I was shocked. They were like, within that area, they were dancing around, they were walking around, they had their own specialized police, then they had the New York police, they had all of that, they had their own law. It was almost like it was a halakha law.
You notice it's whataboutism with this guy every single time?
To you. Why I'm demonstrating that is you have that in the United States of America. You have people, Jews, basically performing their own religions.
Jews have a call to prayer?
Yes, they do.
And when does this call to prayer get over loudspeakers?
Three times a day.
What time? What time are they?
Their prayer is at. They have one in the night. They have one in the morning, and they have one right in the middle of the day.
I want people to people to freeze the tape right now. I'm Jewish.
Yeah.
He's Muslim.
Yeah.
Yet he knows when the Jewish call to prayers are. I don't know anything about that stuff. I wonder who's giving those $7,000 checks, bro. It ain't me.
You're getting this.
Hey, me, bro. So again, explain to me why these Muslims have a right to do this and infringe on other Americans' rights who are Christians.
The reason I know it is because I know theology, but the difference is you've got Jewish Zionist talking points, and that's why you're getting paid your checks. That's why you got the studio. It's quite expensive studio.
Pretty nice studio, isn't it?
Yeah, I wouldn't have paid for it. Was it Jewish Zionists? Right. So anyway, coming back to the point. So you have freedom of religion. And that's what the Constitution states. It states you have freedom of religion.
You have a freedom to wake people up at 5 o'clock in the morning?
You have freedom of religion.
So I have to be, if I'm in Dearborn and I'm not a Muslim, they have a right to use that call to prayer and wake me up at 5 o'clock in the morning? Yep. How is that fair?
Is that against the genuine question? And I'll answer your point. You still haven't let me finish it. But in Dearborn, Michigan, is there like a certain rules about noise about a certain time?
I mean, do you want to be woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning? Is that something you want to be woke up? If you're non-Muslim, and you're not in a Muslim nation, I understand if I'm in Saudi Arabia, if I'm in Oman, if I'm in Iraq, and I hear that, that's fine because that's their nation. But in this nation, what right do you have?
All right. Okay, I'll answer your questions. You need to let me answer questions. So first of all, you have ignorance because you don't even know what the legal system is. You don't know what the laws are.
Waking people up at 5 o'clock in the morning?
You don't know the legal system. You don't know the laws, and therefore, the reason I asked that question is to see and ask, genuinely ask, but you didn't know because you're ignorant.
I'm not from Dearborn, bro.
Whether they're breaching the law, so they're clearly not breaching the law. The second thing you have, like I said to you, I would have preferred them not to do that because I think you need to.
But you're still defending them. You're still defending them.
No, but I explain it because one thing is my own feelings and my own views, and one thing is the U.S. Constitution. I know you don't respect it. You said you want to throw it away.
Oh, of course, 100%.
Yeah.
Why should cancer get a right for free speech?
So, for example, the U.S. Constitution. Yeah, so you're against free speech as well. So the U.S. Constitution.
I'm letting you talk.
I know you are. Well, I'm talking.
Letting you talk.
Because I'm bringing content for you. So the U.S. Constitution, what it specifically dictates is that there's freedom of religion and there's freedom of expression. And so what you have is, because of the Constitution, which gives you those freedoms, which makes the U.S. the best country in the world. I know you Jews want to destroy that and destroy the Constitution.
But actually, I'm all American. It's your shithole country over there in UK that's the shithole of the world, not America. America is the crown beacon because you actually have freedom of speech here. You can say what you want. You might get arrested in the UK for saying some of this shit.
You don't want it though. You want to turn it in the UK.
No. What I want is only American citizens. Only American citizens have the right to have free speech in this country. Only American citizens, not UK people.
This is what they did.
This is all this guy does. This is all this guy does. No answers, no nothing, and he wants a Muslim caliphate here in America. Will be no caliphate. No caliphate. No caliphate.
No Jewish halakha.
100%. 100%.
No Jewish halakha.
100%. I'm with you.
No rabbinic laws.
I'm with you.
No rabbinic
laws. But guess
laws.
what? No Muslims either.
Throw the Jews out.
No Jewish. No Muslims. 100%.
Expel the Jews from the United States.
Well, I think the Jews have done more for America than
to destroy
the Muslims have.
They've done more to destroy it.
What have the Muslims done for this nation?
What have the Jews?
What have the Muslims done for this nation? Besides terrorism, what have they done?
The Jews have destroyed this nation. The Jews have committed terrorism in this nation.
Let's stop.
The Jews have destroyed this nation.
Let's stop right there. Let's talk about the Federal Reserve.
Who's caused the population collapse?
Let's talk about the Federal Reserve.
One thing at them. Who's caused the population collapse?
We know who them. Who
was it? Who was? No, I don't know.
Zionist Jews.
Okay.
Okay. I agree.
Why
I will agree with you. They did that. But when it comes to your Muslims coming over here, you don't want to talk about that at all.
So when they've caused population collapse, who have they destroyed?
Whitey.
And which countries have they weakened based on that?
Western nations.
And so therefore, Jews,
Zionists
have destroyed the United States of America. Of course,
Zionists.
I find it interesting when this Jewish Zionist wants to call out Muslims, then it's Muslims. But when it's his own people, then he's like, oh, it's Zionists.
I basically said, I said Sunni, I said Sunni, and I said Shiite in the very beginning. He doesn't want to talk about that. Now let's go back to the Federal Reserve.
Sunni and Shia. What's your question about Sunni and Shia?
Let's go to the Federal Reserve.
What's your question about Sunni and Shia?
We'll go back to that.
What's your question about Sunni?
We'll go back to that.
There's no question about it.
We'll go back to that. I want to talk about. Let's talk about the Federal Reserve so I can cook you. Would America be a superpower without the Federal Reserve? Yes or no?
They wouldn't be, no.
No, so obviously the Jewish controlled Federal Reserve has made a whole bunch of Americans rich.
Whilst internally destroying the United States of America.
While it has destroyed...
What they've done is
I'm not done yet.
So keeping Jews in power.
He can't keep quiet. He can't keep quiet.
The Federal Reserve.
God damn, he can't keep quiet, bro.
Look at this guy. Benefited the Jews
and it benefited America. America would not be a superpower without the Federal Reserve.
Most Americans are struggling because of the Federal Reserve, and this is what you Jews wanted.
Bills, you struggling? Nope. No, we just asked a normal black American. He said he's not struggling, so we're not trying to hear that.
No, but we're talking about the majority.
We're not trying to hear that nonsense.
Bills, are you white?
David, you struggling?
Bills, are you white?
You struggling?
I'm not white.
He's not white, so we're talking about a black man who's fine.
I'm talking about whites.
Are you struggling?
Nah, bro.
So we just had two people.
He's a Jew.
He's not a Jew.
Who?
He's not a Jew. Does he look like a Jew?
Wait, he is a Jew.
He doesn't look like a Jew.
He's a Jew, bro.
He doesn't look like
He's a Jew, bro. What are you talking about?
Listen,
you guys know how
for
to
all
blend
I know, you might have more Jew. You might have more Jew than me than me.
Zero Jew.
You might have more Jew than me.
Zero Jew me, bro.
Hey, guys,
Now
ask yourself. Guys, ask
I thought you admitted he was a Jew.
Hold on. Guys, ask yourself how I get deleted 24 times and this guy's the king of Twitter. Who's the real Jew here?
Bro, that's because you were teaching your satanic numerology. Your rabbi.
We'll get to that satanic shit in a second. Now, we've already proven that the Federal Reserve. We'll get to that. The Federal Reserve, if it did not exist, America would not be a superpower. So yes, I can say the Jews run the Federal Reserve, but without that Fed, we would not be a superpower, which benefits all Americans.
When was the Fed created?
1913.
Right. So look, let me be clear on this. The Fed has made the United States a superpower for a temporary. But the US would have been a superpower anyway.
No one would have.
And it was a It would have. And it was on a temporary basis because what they did was
you have no proof of that.
They created it in a manner where the Fed in itself destroys the country internally. And this is why you've got the crisis that you have.
What crisis? There's 1.8 million black millionaires in this country. What crisis are you talking about?
Okay, there's 1.8 million
black millionaires.
Okay, and how many millions of blacks and whites, the Goyim, are poor in the United States of America?
Okay,
how many
a lot more in your shithole country.
Exactly.
A lot more in Europe are poor than in this country.
That's because of your people. That's because of your people.
Because America's on top. That's why you're here, and I'm not in your shithole called the fucking UK.
That's because of your people. So UK is a shithole because of your people.
Let's go to the next video.
The US is a shithole because of your people.
No. The US is not a shithole. That's why you're here.
The US is declining because of your people.
Nah.
And the last point, one second. Let me answer the point in terms of the call to prayer. So in terms of the call to prayer, what you've got is a secular nation. And so what that does is allow freedom of religion. Now, if you believe that should be changed, it should be changed for Jews and Muslims.
It should be changed for everyone.
It should be changed for everyone. Exactly.
Everyone. But
exactly.
I'm not waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning to hear, I don't want to hear that shit. Do that in your own mosque. You have freedom of religion. Go in your mosque. Do that shit in there. Do not wake me up. We are Americans. We want to see that shit.
Yeah, but this is what Jews do. Like in their Jewish synagogue.
Where are Jews waking people up at 5 o'clock in the morning? Show me.
In New York.
At 5 o'clock in the morning, they're waking people up.
I don't know if it's waking people up in terms of prayer, but when they're out there, shouting and screaming.
Am I saying
when
anything?
They've got their Jewish tunnels. Like, what's worse?
Wow.
What's worse? These
it's
tunnels.
It's always whataboutism with this guy.
It's always
whataboutism. He doesn't want to answer any questions, and he always wants to defend his Muslim players.
No, it's not.
That's all it is.
So what you're not understanding is this. I already said this.
Deport all of them. Anyone who prays,
deport all the Jews.
No, deport all the Muslims.
You should be
deport all of them.
You should be deported.
I was born in this country. We could deport you though.
But you're a Jew though.
Hey, I'm an American. You can say whatever you want. Let's go to the next video.
You're as much American.
Let's go to the next video.
You're as much American as an American Muslim. Now let me answer the point.
Yeah. The Muslims were actually, when America was weak, were actually enslaving Americans. Thank you.
No, they weren't.
Yes,
that
they
was
were.
the Jews.
We'll get to the
Jews have been enslaving the Americans.
I don't see. I don't have any shackles on me, bro.
That's because you're a Jew.
Let's go. I was born poor, so they didn't help me out.
I mean,
actually, let's go to the video.
We don't know. We don't know where you got your Jewish from.
Stop. Let's play the video.
America is the cancer. America, the American government, secularism, democracy, capitalism. These are cancers that have spread their illness all over the world. In America and in the Middle East. In America over here, people have the freedom to, again, like I said before, commit zina, do ois fahisha, but when you speak up, it's a problem. Non-Muslims are tired of this cancer. They're tired of the American government. They're tired of democracy. They want to see a new way of life.
All right, you can cut
and as Muslims, we have to understand that
we have this Muslim in America telling us he's sick of the Constitution, he's sick of everything in America, and he wants to change this to his so-called Sharia law. What type of bullshit is this?
Why did he say Sharia law?
He's coming. He was basically trying to say that.
He didn't say that. He didn't say that. You're just making it up.
No, I'm not making anything up. I'm telling you what he said. So you agree with
the Jewish guy?
Do you agree with what he said?
No, I don't agree. And actually, I think his point actually helps the Zionists, and I'll explain to you why. So I completely disagree with him because this is what.
So I can deport his ass?
So this is what
I can deport him.
Let me explain. Let me finish my point, right? So this is what many people in the Middle East believed, but it's fake. They believed that the United States of America was destroying their countries. They believed that the United States of America was autonomous in their decision-making.
It's actually your country destroying it.
But in reality, the people who were destroying it was the Jewish Zionists who control the UK, who control the United States of America, who was bombing and destroying the Middle East. And so when he says, oh, they're doing this in the Middle East, he is ignorant because in reality, it's not them. It's the Israel and the Zionists who caused the United States of America to do those things. The United States of America and the UK are occupied. So yeah, I completely disagree with what he said.
Okay,
his point is actually.
So I can deport his ass, right?
Well, I don't think you should deport him just because he's ignorant. Because like I wouldn't deport you because you're ignorant.
Okay. Well, this is my country. I can deport you. You can't deport me.
I mean,
actually, let's go to the next video.
Wait, is he born in the US?
Yes. Let's go to the next video.
Is that guy born in the US?
It looks like it.
Okay, so if he's born in the US.
No, I don't think he is actually.
No. You said you think he is.
I think I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, let's go with this. If he's born in the US, should he be deported?
If he has anti-American views, get rid of him.
1 second. So he should be deported, but you shouldn't.
Why? I don't have anti-American views. I want America to dominate this whole fucking world. I want all of you, Europe, Middle East, to be American slaves. This is American empire. You think I'm against Zionist? I am.
Yeah, I don't think you are. I don't think you're against Zionists.
This is what I want.
I think you are a
Zionist. Listen.
I don't think you're against Zionists.
If I'm a Zionist, then you're Hamas. Okay. So we'll keep it there. So I'm going to keep this clear. I want the Zionist power in American hands. I want what the Zionists did. I want Americans to do that to the rest of the world. That's what I want. I want America on top. Fuck Israel. Fuck Palestine. Only this country matters. And as a matter of fact, your fucking shithole is about to get overrun anyway. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
next video.
Because of the Zionists.
Whatever you say.
Because your people.
Next video.
Because your people.
Next video.
Yeah, so anyway, in terms of my view is this. If someone spouts something that harms the United States of America, they should be deported, irrespective of race, religion, or creed. But let me be clear on this. When you say about people who believe in their own belief system, I would say the Jewish Zionists are the biggest cancer on the United States of America. They should be deported first.
But they made America rich. You said so in your own words.
No, they didn't make America rich.
They created the Federal Reserve, and the Federal Reserve made America rich. So they don't get any credit for that.
No, they don't.
They get no credit for making 1.8 million black Americans rich, while the rest of the world has 100,000 black Americans who are rich.
And there's 30 million black Americans who are in poverty.
Yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
And there's 90 million white Americans who are in poverty.
Let me ask you this.
This is what you Jews do.
No.
You want to keep
this is insane.
You want to keep the blacks in poverty.
1.8. How many millionaires in Europe? How many
sitting on the glass ceiling?
Look up how many black millionaires are in the UK. Look up how many black millionaires are in the UK. Yeah, let's talk about your shithole.
It's your country. It's your people who did it.
It's your shithole.
It's your people who did it.
He always wants to blame shit. But my country, black people are rich.
It's your people who did it.
We're about to be in a podcast with two black millionaires here. Black out.
But black people are poor as well.
There's less of them in this country than any other country in the world. Flat out.
There's black people who are poor. Yeah, because
there's 1.9 million.
It doesn't matter.
No, it does matter.
I'm trying to say, in the United States of America, black people and white people, the majority of them, vast majority of them are poor. Your people, the vast majority of them are rich. You guys have benefited yourself through the Federal Reserve and harmed white people, black people, and Muslims.
White people are richer in this country than any other country in the world.
You see them as Gentiles.
I don't see them as anything. You see them as that.
This is the problem.
You see them as that. You see them as that. Listen. There's more rich white people in America than all the other countries in the world combined. There is more rich black people in America than all the other countries in the world combined. So what he's saying is nothing but straight up propaganda. And again, this is what we expect. This is what we expect out of Hamas. This is Hamas talking points. Hamas talking points.
This is Jewish talking points.
Let's go to the next video.
Netanyahu's brother. Are you related to him?
Oh, stop.
Is he your cousin or something?
Stop.
I think he's related to you. I think he's your brother.
I think Arafat's your father.
All right.
Arafat's your father.
I think Netanyahu's your dad.
Yasser Arafat's your father. By the way, Yasser's a 33, so maybe he's your father. Let's go to the next video.
Netanyahu's your dad.
Now signed a bill that will allow the Muslim call to prayer to be broadcasted 5 times a day.
Changed its noise ordinance, now allowing the Islamic call to prayer to be broadcast from speakers year-round 5 times a day.
The Muslim call to prayer. 5 times a day, Muslims gather to pray at mosques, but the broadcast for the pre-dawn and nighttime prayers weren't allowed until now. The city eliminated time constraints from the part of its noise ordinance related to religious worship. In the summer, that means the call could go out as early as 3:30 a.m.
Stop it right there.
As 11
Stop. At 3:30 in the morning, I have to hear that Muslim garbage in America? Seriously?
Okay, let me answer that.
Yeah.
So what did she say the law changed?
The law changed.
What was it to?
3:30 in the morning now.
No, that's not what the law said, bro. This is what
do the video. No, we're done. Replay the video. Replay the video.
She said,
replay the video.
Okay, let me explain to everybody who can
replay the video because he wants to change words.
Yeah, she said that.
Listen, let her talk. Let her talk.
I'm gonna everybody look out for the word religious ordinance.
Can we listen? Go ahead.
Yeah, because I'm telling them to watch out for some of
the Muslim call to prayer to be broadcasted 5 times a day.
Where did she say that?
Changed its noise ordinance, now allowing the Islamic call to prayer to be broadcast from speakers year-round 5 times a day.
They changed
it. Muslim call to prayer. 5 times a day, Muslims gather to pray at mosques, but the broadcast for the pre-dawn and nighttime prayers weren't allowed until now. The city eliminated time constraints from the part of its noise ordinance related to religious worship. In the summer, that means the call could go out as early.
Let's hear this propaganda.
So let me be clear.
Let's hear the propaganda. How do you spin this?
I'll explain.
Watch how he spins this.
Yeah, this video was probably created by your boys.
Of course. Go ahead. Go ahead. Say who created your video.
So what that video said is that they changed the law in terms of religious ordinance.
Okay.
So it was overarching for all religions. So what they shouldn't have done that because. But anyway, I disagree with that. I already explained to you. But you have that with this rule and this ruling. The Christian bell as an example, which churns
from at 3:30 in the morning.
No,
really?
I'm going to explain.
Yeah.
I believe it churns from 8 a.m.
That's fine.
Till is it like 10 p.m. or something, or 9 p.m. or something along those lines?
Still
that's fine.
Normal time.
And then the Jews, their whole halakha thing, that all.
I've never heard one of those in my life. I never heard one of those in my life. What do they sound like? Maybe you're the Jew.
Kabbalah.
Maybe you could teach me about the Jewish stuff. You seem to know more about the Kabbalah than I do.
I mean, you know all your Kabbalah, numerology, astrology stuff, isn't it? So
I have never taught any Kabbalah. This guy keeps bringing up this garbage.
Kabbalah, bro.
Stop.
Numerology is Kabbalah.
Stop. Mr. 33 Life Path. Stop, Mr. 33 Life Path. Bored on the 10th who likes to argue. Stop. All right, let's go to the next video.
Anyway, I proved that. So the whole point is that wasn't Muslim, but his people made it sound like it was for Muslims.
It definitely is for Muslims.
No, it's not.
No one else has a career to pair at 3:30 in the morning.
Show me the law. Show me the law.
And by the way, the numerology proves numerology is all over Islam because it's 3:30 in the morning. Thank you very much. Numerology is king again. Let's go to the next video.
That doesn't, because prayer isn't at 3:30.
Why? Why is it there?
Because the Jews said it.
Oh my God, this guy.
The Jews are using
spin.
Kabbalah words.
You might as well.
It's like, for example,
CNN. You need to hire this guy. He spins.
Do you remember Tyler Robinson? They said 33 hours because the Jewish Zionists. This is a call to their Jewish Zionist Kabbalah,
this guy.
voodoo,
Bills, next
magic,
video.
nonsense.
Next video. Yep.
Wait, I recognize this guy. Who is he?
To the West. Why is the West kind of floating over to it?
Yeah.
What is the appeal?
Are Muslims allowed to lie
Yep.
for the sake of spreading Islam?
Yeah, there you go. We hear that
we
shit.
love you guys. We back you guys.
That's the
At the
Jews.
moment they are the
All
majority,
he said here, it's
they
all
will
true.
turn and Sharia law will take over. And if
you go.
Sharia law takes over, women will be beaten. If Sharia law takes over,
don't care about
homosexuals will be chucked off
That's
buildings.
actually
If Sharia law
whatever.
takes over, pastors will be killed, women will be raped, children will be turned into Muslims, and churches will be bought and
definitely
turned into
will.
mosques, which is what's happening in London. So I think what they're doing now in America is they're practicing taqiyya, where they're lying to your face until you let them in, and once you let them in, they'll take over.
Okay, stop.
What
right
is
there.
the draw
Stop.
of Islam?
What is taqiyya? Can you explain that to us, Suleiman?
Yeah, of course I can. Give me a second.
What you need ChatGPT for answers now?
No, I was trying to find. I was trying to find.
He's looking for ChatGPT for help
No,
now.
I'll tell you what I was trying to find.
My phone's down. I'm not using my ChatGPT.
I was trying to find. Well, you prepared all this. I came unprepared.
I told you what was coming.
Yeah. So let me be clear on. No. I saw like one video and asked what it was on. So let me be clear on this. No, what I was checking was because I was trying to see the name and I couldn't find it. Do you know the Jewish name for lying? You know, because in Jewish law,
we're not talking about Jews. We're talking about what he said.
I'm going to answer it.
What is taqiyya?
I'm going to answer it.
Go ahead.
So first of all, in Jewish law, they have this rule.
We're not talking about Jews. We're talking about taqiyya. Can you give us a straight answer? You're more of a Jew than me. You always have a question with a question. What is taqiyya?
I'm going to answer it.
Go ahead.
But I'm going to answer it. But you need to stop interrupting me, right? So in Jewish law, they have this concept of lying to Goyim and Gentiles. I just want you to understand that. So they have that in Jewish law.
So the Muslims have that too?
So no. So
yes, they do.
Taqiyya,
go ahead.
Explain it. So taqiyya isn't found in Sunni Islam. Do you agree?
I am not a Muslim scholar. That's why I'm asking you.
So taqiyya is not found in Sunni Islam.
It's in Shia.
Apparently it's in Shia. I haven't studied it, but apparently it's in Shia Islam.
Okay.
Shias themselves tell me, I don't know, because I've not researched it. Shias themselves tell me that that's not a part of their religion. But from my understanding, taqiyya is part of Shiism, but I don't know.
So you're allowed to lie to non-Muslims.
If this is true, which I don't know if it is, because apparently the people say that the people lied about them. Shia say it's a lie that they don't believe in taqiyya. But taqiyya in itself, from what I understand, is being able to lie. But I disagree with it.
So you guys are just like Jews.
No, but Sunni.
You guys are just like Jews.
I'm a Sunni.
You're just like Jews. You're just like Jews.
I'm a Sunni.
It's all nonsense.
I'm a Sunni Muslim.
All these Muslims
I'm a Sunni Muslim.
are allowed to lie to you, and that's what that fucking video right there proves.
I'm a Sunni Muslim. And in
And you know
Sunnism,
what?
you're not allowed to lie.
I will agree that the Zionist Jews lie to Goyim,
No,
and it's in their text that
Now,
they're
why is it
allowed
Zionist?
to.
Why is this in Zionist?
Whatever,
It's in
I'm just
Jews.
telling you,
No, so listen. This is the problem. What he's doing. So within Islam, the majority of Muslims, 80% are Sunni. It's not allowed.
I see.
The minority of Muslims are Shia.
Iran, right?
Apparently, you're
Hezbollah.
allowed, apparently you're allowed to lie, but I don't know if that's true.
I see.
But within
Interesting
Judaism,
how he doesn't know. He doesn't know if his Shiite brothers can lie, but
Yeah.
he knows the Jews can
But the
lie.
Jews can
It's
lie.
interesting how that
But
works,
the Jews
isn't
can
it?
lie. The Jews can lie.
So here's the point.
But
I'm
all
trying
of Judaism, can lie. But then this guy says, "Oh, Jewish Zionist." No, Jewish Zionist is Judaism. Why are you lying for your people?
Here's the point.
Why are you misattributing
you're
the thing
actually
for your
lying
people?
for your people.
Why are you not telling the truth for your people?
I mean, Qatar should give you a contract after this debate.
Is this
Qatar should give you a contract after this debate, and it should be a lot more than 7,000.
I agree.
There you go. We're on the same page. So you are a Jew. You are a Jew.
He's already got his Jewish contract.
Yeah,
He's
okay.
already got his Jewish contract. Why haven't
Next
I been
video,
given
Bill.
a contract? Why haven't I been given a deal?
Next video, Bill. So I think you got a deal the other day, didn't you?
And then on top, that's on Party. So guys, do
Okay.
follow me on party.com/
There you go. And here's the Jew. Here's the Jew over here.
Party.com/ Sheikh Suleiman. It is going to be fire. And guys,
I'll call you Zionist Suleiman soon.
And by the way, but the owner's not a Jew though. I don't get it.
No, he's not.
Yeah, exactly. So
Shout out to Brian. All right, next video.
not a Jew.
Correct.
Madness needs to stop.
If we are not going to stop this
He's a Christian,
madness,
right?
our civilization will be changed. Hijra is a hybrid war in Islam. It's conquering the part of the world without war,
That's a lie. That's not what Hijra
without
means.
weapon, by
That's not what Hijra means.
Stop.
Look who's supporting Palestine now. All the
I debated
leftists,
this
all
guy, I
the
destroyed
left
him.
organizations.
I debated
Hold
this
on,
guy
hold on.
and
Keep
destroyed him.
keep going,
He's the
bro.
They are with
Polish
the
MEP.
flags.
Yeah.
It's a madness.
It's mad.
If they would
madness.
go to Palestine or spend
It's a
time with
madness.
Hamas, they'll be thrown from the
Again,
the
about
roof. It's a
homosexuality.
gay man.
Yeah.
This
I
is
don't care about
madness,
that.
and this madness has
Stop
to
the
be
video.
stopped.
Stop the
It's
video.
madness.
Stop
I
the
know
video.
he supports
No.
feminism. I know he
This
supports
guy
all
is
the
full of
liberalism.
shit, man.
I know he
This
supports
guy's trying to
all the
invade our country,
hedonism.
and he's trying
This is a
he's trying to
problem
protect
with these
the
Jewish
invaders.
Zionists.
He
They
is
have
literally
destroyed
trying
your
to protect
country.
the invaders.
They have destroyed your country through liberalism. Why are you playing this liberalism, feminism nonsense?
Listen.
And that's-
Let's stop right.
Right.
Let me ask you something.
Let me-
Have there been any terrorist attacks in Poland?
I'm not sure about that. I don't
No,
think so.
zero. You know why?
I'm not sure.
There's zero immigration in Poland. They don't let your throwback people in from the Middle East to fucking terrorize their nation, and that's why there's no terrorism in Poland.
That's not true. Actually, it's worse. Polish people themselves immigrate from Poland because things are so bad. In the UK,
Poland, that's a lie.
That-
Poland has the highest GDP going up every single year.
Look in the UK, the most, I believe the third or fourth highest is Polish.
No, they have the highest
Immigration.
GDP. They have the highest GDP
Immigration
in
into
all
the
of the
UK.
EU right now. Poland.
Polish is the biggest immigration into the
And
UK.
they're the U.S.'s biggest ally. They probably have one of the best militaries when it comes down to the Europe. As a matter of fact, they're the only country in Europe
I
that
know,
might
they're
not
not the- they're
collapse.
not the- they're not
They
the
might
biggest-
not
they're not
collapse.
the- they're not the best
France is
GDP.
going to collapse.
They're not the best
Your
GDP in
shithole is
Europe.
going to collapse. All those countries that decide, yo, let's let all these nice Muslim immigrants in. They're collapsing, yet Poland's growing. Why is that?
So, first of all, Poland isn't the best GDP. Polish people were struggling so much, they were mass immigrating.
Okay.
They were migrating out of the United States out of Poland. And in reality, this guy here, this MEP, I destroyed him in a debate. The guy's so dumb. He also mentioned Hijra. Hijra is basically migrating away from a land and going back to a Muslim country. It's the opposite of what
How
he's
come
claiming.
you're Muslim?
So this is all a lie. This is all Zionist
how come-
propaganda. And I destroyed your boy. I smashed your boy.
That's not my boy.
I smashed your boy.
85%.
All this homosexuality,
80
all this liberalism,
Again, he just
all
wants to
this
talk.
feminism.
He just wants to talk, man. 85% of the refugees in the world are Muslims, yet the 56 Muslim nations will not take them, and they send them over here to fucking our white nations. Why do we need to take your garbage?
Okay, I'll answer that. So that's fake news because actually
Yeah, okay.
Muslims do take them in. Jordanians have taken a huge number of Palestinians.
Okay, let's talk about that.
What do you call it? Syrians have taken a huge
about
number.
Lebanon?
The Lebanon have taken a huge
Okay, let's
number.
talk about Lebanon.
And so what reality why mass migration is there is because Jews and Jewish Zionists forced the United States of America and the UK and various other countries to destroy the Middle East to cause mass migration
So what if
into
they?
those countries.
So
you guys.
So
have
what if they
destroyed
do?
the earth.
Why do we have to take you in? Why do
You
we have
guys
to take you in?
because you guys
Even
destroyed
if we
it. You guys
destroy your
destroyed-
shit, why do we have to take you in? You lost wars. Muslims
They
have
didn't
not
lose
won.
wars.
Muslims have not won a fucking war in over 100 years. Once you start winning wars, you can dictate terms. You lose wars, shut the hell up. It's that
So
simple.
even that is not true because in reality,
When has the Muslims won a war? When's the last time the Muslims won a war?
Israel can't win a war without the United States of America.
That doesn't matter.
Yeah, of course it matters.
No, it doesn't.
Of course it matters.
No, it doesn't
Of course
because
it matters.
they have the
In
weapons to do
reality-
it.
No, they don't. They have the weapons, and even then, they needed the United States of America for almost all the wars to help support them and basically make sure that they don't lose the wars.
You know what the biggest joke in the world is? 2 billion Muslims need help from 6 million Jews. That's fucking pathetic.
What do you mean?
That the Muslims can't take care of the Israelis themselves. You need all the world to feel sorry for you because you can't take out one nation. How many times have you attacked Israel and you can't fucking beat them?
I'll answer that.
Yeah.
So you're right. You're right about the fact that 2 billion Muslims, as well as
crying about 6 million Jews.
2 billion. Well, it's not 6 million Jews.
No,
This is a
I'm
fake-
talking
this is
about-
a
I'm talking-
fake
no,
number
Israel,
again.
Israel,
This is a fake
Israel,
number again.
Israel.
This is the fake
In
number
Israel,
again.
how many
This is
people
a
are
favorite
there?
number. This is Kabbalah, Jewish Zionism.
Yeah, just like he said,
That's what
600,000 Palestinians.
600,000
So he's the
different
one.
than 6
He's the one
million.
who fucking brought it up.
600,000 different than 6 million. That's their favorite number. But anyway, coming back onto it, yeah, I agree with you. Like those Muslims throughout the world are a joke. The fact that they've not been able to take Israel, the fact that they've not been able to have unity, the fact that they sell out to the Zionists themselves, they're a huge problem. But This is how good the Jews are. They literally have dominated Muslims. They've dominated Christians. They've taken control of all of them. And they basically rule over them. You're on the top. I admit. You guys on the top. You've got everyone else, Muslims and Christians as your Goyim and Gentiles. And you're ruling over them. And they're not able to fight against you. I agree with you. Okay. Muslims should be called out for that.
Yeah, okay.
100%. I'm on your side.
Okay, so let's talk about now what happens.
And
when
by the way, Israel only won.
Bro, can we stay on subject?
Oh, Israel, because you mentioned so many points. Israel only won wars because they needed the Goyim to come and help us. It
doesn't matter how they won it. They won it. That's all that matters.
They needed the Goyim to help them.
It doesn't matter.
They needed the Goyim to help them.
Win. That's all that matters.
They needed the Goyim to come and help them.
You need wins. I don't care how you did it. Oh, by the way, the Muslims backed the Germans during World War II and got their asses whooped too. So, and by the way, the Ottoman Empire backed the Germans in World War I and got their asses whooped too. You Muslims can't fight. All you do is cry.
That's not even true.
You can't fight. Win a war.
That's not true.
Win a war.
That's not true as well because Pakistan and India, as an example, were with the alliance. For example, my grandfather.
The Pakistans got all their weapons from China.
My grandfather.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
What are you talking about? My grandfather fought in the World War II. Yours probably didn't because.
Yeah, my grandfather was one of the lieutenants for Stalin in World War II.
You sure?
100%.
So we both our grandfathers fought in the war.
Yeah, 100%.
For the alliance.
Yeah, my side won though.
Sorry, my side.
I don't know about that.
No.
The Russians actually won the war.
Oh yeah, I agree.
There you go.
Agree, yeah.
Okay, let's go to the next video.
I agree with that. But I'm talking about whose side won. So our side did win.
And by the way,
they were Muslims. They were Muslims though. They were Muslims though, weren't they? They were Muslims.
Let's go to this video. Our friend over here.
Is your favorite?
That's your favorite person. The former gang member.
Well, I'm not going to defend this guy, so I don't know why you're playing it.
I just wanted the people to hear this.
They can yap all they want. Their children will be Muslim. Every country.
Didn't he lie to you about
numerology?
100%. He's a fraud.
Will enter every house.
This is the face of Islam.
Don't worry about the Islamophobes. They can yap all they want. Their children will be
following
Muslim.
than you, bro.
Every country.
On YouTube.
Today here in Australia, Islam will
hear the video.
every house.
No one's got a big following like you on X. Let's watch
here
this.
in Australia, Islam will enter every house. Don't worry about the Islamophobes. They can yap all they want. Their children will be Muslim. Every country today here in Australia, Islam will enter every house. Don't worry about the Islamophobes. They can yap all they want. Their children will be Muslim. Every country today here in Australia, Islam will enter every house. Don't worry about the Islamophobes. They can yap all they want. Their children will be Muslim. Every country today here in Australia, Islam will enter every house. Don't worry about the Islamophobes. They can yap.
Whoa. Yeah, that thing was loud, bro. All right, let's go to the next video. Maybe this one didn't work.
Nah, it worked. It must be headphones.
All right, go to the next one. Yeah, let's go to this one.
Country.
Yeah, we can hear this one. All right, turn it down. Turn it down.
This guy's prepped.
This is your people.
This guy prepped for the debate.
This is your people.
This guy prepped it.
This is your people.
Debate, bro.
This is your people.
But I still destroyed him. This guy prepped for the debate. This guy
listen.
Videos out.
Why don't you want this guy to listen? Let's listen. Go back to the start. Let's listen to what he says.
Do you want to check my Twitter?
Go ahead.
Do you want to check my Twitter? I've called him out so many times.
I know you have.
This specific guy.
I know.
Yeah, go on.
I know.
They refuse, then tell them Allah obliged upon you to pay taxation. In return, when enemy comes and attack your country, you don't fight. We Muslims protect you.
You're going to protect me,
SubhanAllah, for this little money.
You're going to protect me, huh?
Yes. And you enjoy sitting in your homes and in your country and live your life normally. But the ruling is for Sharia. So you do not open nightclubs, you do not fornicate. If they refuse, then you have to fight.
If they refuse,
and if we fight you, then we capture you, you become our slaves, and we take your land.
Oh, wow, look at that.
Because you refuse, I give you two good options in the coming 40, 50 years when the Muslims become
I'll let
strong.
you respond. He said he's going to give you two good options. You either convert to Islam or you pay a jizya. If not, he's going to enslave you. Okay. Now, obviously, you've called this guy out. I'm not going to play games. You've called this guy out. We know this guy is a fraud. We both know that. But see, this is a guy who your fellow Muslims consider a man who's a scholar. They consider this guy someone who actually knows about Islam. And this is what your people are listening to right here. So go ahead and rebuke this guy.
Yeah, sure. So, a couple of points on there. Do let me finish it. Right. So the first thing is in terms of what did he say? I forgot what he said now.
He said first, we're going to come to you and we're going to tell you to convert. If you don't convert, then you're going to ask you to pay a jizya tax, a protection tax. If not, then we enslave you.
Okay.
Remember, he gave you 2 good options.
Yeah. So obviously, if you read my book, I disagree with forced conversion. I disagree with the claims about the apostasy laws.
So you're infidel in his eyes.
Well, I don't know. Probably.
I'm a goy in the Jewish people's eyes. You're infidel in his eyes. Flat out. You're infidel to him.
I think
you're straight up infidel to him.
You might be their loyal soldier.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever you say, bro.
But anyway, so in terms of jizya and taxation, I believe at that time it varied. If in certain situations it was like 2.5%, in some situations it was 6%, in some situations
I don't give a fuck if it's
8%.
a penny. I'm not giving you guys shit.
Okay, cool. So the thing is, like, what's worse, paying 6 to 8% for taxation
every single
for
time it's a whataboutism with you. Every single time it's a whataboutism. You want to change directions? Answer this right here. He talked about paying people a jizya. I don't want to hear about the United States. I don't want to hear about Israel. I want to hear about this right here.
Yeah, I'll explain to you. It's not whataboutism.
It's definitely whataboutism.
It's about consistency, because what you're trying to say is you're trying to blame Muslims for something, but then you're okay with your Jewish brothers
I'm not.
having the same
I've
thing.
called out Zionists many times.
This is the problem what we've got. You're trying to say, look, I've got this issue, and even though this issue is prevalent within Judaism or of Jews, I'm just going to talk about it in relation to Muslims. This is called hypocrisy. So it's not whataboutism. It's a comparison to demonstrate the lack of consistency you have in the demonstration of your hypocrisy. So look, in terms of jizya, what the payment is 6 or 8% in terms of protection to have basically an agreement, a contractual agreement. Right now, the Jews have made sure that you're paying 40, 50, 60% jizya taxation in the United States of America. They've come to your country.
You might actually
and
pay
made
that in
sure
UK.
That you pay there. What's the federal?
You pay more in the UK than I pay in America. I promise you that much.
I don't think so. What's the taxation in Florida?
0
for federal.
Federal 21%.
21%.
So what do you pay in the UK, by the way?
So in the UK, you pay 20% if you earn up to $34,800, which is about $50,000.
Brokies.
Yeah, and then after that is 40%.
Oh, okay. I'm not paying 40%. You are. All right. So
yeah, but
we could go further.
No, but this is not true because you're paying 21%, right?
Yeah.
And what about if somebody's in California?
That's their problem.
How much are they paying?
I don't give a fuck.
I
stay in Florida.
How much are they paying?
I stay in Florida.
How much?
I don't care.
Is California
I don't care.
America?
It's not, as far as I'm concerned, it's a communist state.
So it's not America?
I mean, it's the least American state in America.
But is it America?
I mean, listen, you want to talk about one state. Where are we at right now? We are in Florida. We're in Florida. Every single time with this guy, it's about whataboutism. He doesn't want to answer any question, and now he wants to fucking play games over here.
And
again, understand this.
And even then, 21% is less than the jizya. And even then,
I'm not paying a religious tax.
You are.
No, I'm not.
The Jews.
I'm not paying no tax to Jews.
You are, bro. 21%.
I'm not paying any tax to Jews.
21%.
How much money does Israel get from the United States every year?
Trillions.
You're fucking nuts. You're nuts.
Trillions. Yeah.
You're telling me we give 5%, 10% of our GDP to Israel?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a flat out lie.
How?
They get they get maybe 10 to 50 billion dollars.
How much is Trump giving them directly?
Probably 50 billion.
Okay.
And that's a penny of the treasury. I'm not paying any taxes, bro, to the Jews. You might be paying taxes to Jews in the UK. I'm not.
Let me finish. Don't worry. So you already explained that, right? What about the money that's spent in terms of American military, specifically American, this doesn't go directly to Israel, American military moves that are made, whether it's moving tankers, whether it's during the Israel-Iran war, which I believe every day cost America, was it $500 million or $1 billion every day?
That's not $1 trillion.
Yeah.
That's even close to that.
No, you're not listening.
I'm definitely listening.
Over the whole year, when you look at the military spend, what's the US military budget?
Let's find out right now.
Ask ChatGPT.
We'll find out right now.
Guy's checking ChatGPT, bro.
Oh, check right now.
He's getting some coordination from
I'm just asking questions.
Mossad's telling him what to say.
And I guess Saudi intelligence is telling you, huh?
Saudi? I thought they were your boy, Saudi intelligence.
Maybe they're paying you though. They ain't paying me.
I mean, you're the one who's been praising him in the space. I've been calling them out. You've been praising him.
I am. I definitely praise them because they're the only real nation in the Middle East.
Ka-ching! 15,000 deposited.
How much does America give Israel every year?
No, that's not what the point I said. I said, what's the American military spend?
3.8 billion in
Yeah, that's
military
fake.
aid. 3.8.
That's fake.
Oh, so when they say something on your side, it's real, but now it's fake, right? 3.8 billion. That is less than a penny.
Trump's given
less than a penny of the budget.
Trump's given 28 billion in the last 6 months. In the first 6 months, now it's probably about 50 billion.
It's at 3.8 billion.
Yeah, that's
right
the
there.
normal. So what you don't understand is, let me educate you.
No,
so
he's going to educate. Listen to this propaganda. Listen to this propaganda.
The US have to give Israel 3.8 billion every year. That's a contractual agreement. But separate
And where do
to
they
that,
spend that money, by the way?
Separate to that,
Where do they
give more.
spend that money? When they get money from America, where do they spend it?
Where do they spend it?
The Americans industrial complex. So they get money from
The who?
hold
The
on,
who?
stop.
The who?
Stop. They get money from America, Israel, and then they buy American weapons, which means it goes right back into the U.S. economy. So it's
Who do they buy off?
basically a stimulus.
Wait.
It's a stimulus package.
Who are the
It's a
military-
stimulus package for Northrop and all these military industrial complex. So it's a stimulus package for them.
So let me
it's
explain.
for the
This is Zionist
American
propaganda.
military
This is Zionist
industrial
propaganda.
complex.
Why doesn't America just give it directly to their own military industrial complex?
I'll tell you why. Because they do the same thing with Ukraine, and you don't actually want to bring that up, but I will.
I'm going to bring that up next.
So
That was my
what
next
they
point.
do right now is they force your shithole in the UK. They force France. They force Sweden to give Americans money, so Americans send military equipment to Ukraine. We're not giving them anything free anymore.
Yeah, that's
that was
different.
Biden. Trump isn't giving them shit
different.
for free.
That's different. Listen, now
that's the same thing.
you're
Same
doing-
exact thing. They're
this
spending money
this is
with
Netanyahu's
America.
propaganda. This is Netanyahu's propaganda. So what? Let me tell you in
Netanyahu.
reality, America could give these military companies the money direct, but what they do is they give it to Israel. Israel essentially is getting 3.8 billion of free military equipment, because when they give that, they get the equipment. So Israel isn't paying. They're getting 3.8 billion of free military equipment. That money is then going to the military industrial complex. The military industrial complex is Raytheon and various other military industrial complexes. Who's on top of that is Jewish Zionists. So they profit from that. They take the money. They use that money to better their own country and their own people. So it's like
That money has been spent on Americans?
No,
it's not being spent on American workers
No, it's
who are
not.
building
No,
those.
it's not. No, it's
So
not.
you're telling me
It's called-
the American workers who are building that equipment aren't getting fucking money off
Jewish
that?
Zionists.
How many
Jewish Zionists.
American jobs are fucking funded because of that?
They could fund those jobs without giving it to the Jews.
And 100%
So
they could.
this is the
But they
problem.
are.
So this is
It's
fake.
recycled
No,
money.
it's not recycled.
It's coming back to
It's
America
It's going to
every
Jews.
single time.
It's going to Jewish Zionists.
Again, this is
It's
propaganda
on
from
two
him.
ways. It's going to giving them free military equipment.
It's nothing
and-
free. There's nothing free.
Oh, wait.
Absolutely nothing free.
What money is coming from Israel?
It's not everything. It's coming right back.
What money is coming from Israel?
They are taking.
What money
they
is coming
are
from
putting
Israel?
that money right
Nothing.
back into
Nothing.
So here's
Nothing.
the point:
Wait,
if the
what
Israelis were taking that money and buying it from the French, buying from the Chinese, that would be different. But they're taking that money and spending it right back with America.
No, but
it's
what you
being
don't understand is-
recycled.
No,
It's
but you don't
recycled.
understand.
It's very
not
simple.
recycled. It's not recycled. What does Israel get?
American military equipment.
And what do they give?
They give basically
nothing. If you look at it, they started with nothing.
I'm gonna make this clear. I'm gonna make this clear.
Bro, this is the biggest Zionist propaganda. This is so easy to debunk, and I debunked it.
It's not
the
nothing to
most
debunk.
fakest propaganda.
This
Do you
guy
know
won't
what
let you
happens? They
talk. This guy
benefit
won't
two
let you
ways.
talk.
The money goes to Israel.
This guy just
the
talks.
equipment goes to Israel, and the military industrial complex, which is Jewish Zionists,
Yeah.
receive the money. Americans could give jobs to Americans. They didn't have to give it to companies that are run by Jews, and they wouldn't have to give free equipment to Israel. That's literally what's happening. These guys
this
are
guy
destroying
just
it.
talks and talks and talks. Let me make this abundantly clear. I do
Your
not
people
support
love this.
Zionism.
Your people
Of
love
course
that
they do.
money.
Let's make this clear. I do not support.
Gary, do
this
the
guy,
meme.
This guy.
Gary, do the meme.
Yeah, yo, clip this up. Clip this
do the
up.
meme.
Clip this up.
Gary,
Do it again.
do
Do
the
it again. Clip it up.
Gary,
Yeah,
do the
that's
meme.
gonna be all over social
Gary,
media
do the
tomorrow.
meme.
That's gonna be all
Gary,
over
do the
social
meme.
media. So I'm gonna make this clear. I don't support Zionism. But this guy is making it sound like the Zionists are the number one enemy, and they're not. It's the CCP. It's very simple.
A Jewish guy defending Jews. I'm so
Let's go to
shocked.
the next video.
Jewish guy
Next video.
defending Jews. I'm so shocked.
Yeah, let's listen to this one.
Empire had a powerful elite army called the Janissaries, made up of soldiers who were once Christian boys taken from their families. Known as the Dev Shirme system, the empire would recruit boys from Christian communities, converting them to Islam and training them to become elite fighters and bodyguards for the Sultan. This intense training created some of the fiercest warriors of the time. These Janissaries weren't just soldiers. They were a highly disciplined and loyal military unit who held a unique, prestigious position in society. Eventually, they became so influential that they could even...
Carry on playing. Carry on playing. See that Zionist propaganda? This snippet.
Again. He doesn't want to talk about that, so he filibusters every time. This is all. You don't debate, you filibuster. You don't debate, you filibuster. That is actually what you do. You don't debate, you filibuster. So the whole point is here. They stole, they went into Christian lands, they stole their fucking kids, they brainwashed them, converted them to Islam, and made them their fucking pawns to go kill each other. This is what happens when Muslims are in charge. This is the Ottoman Empire.
So first of all, this is all fake, right?
No, it's always all fake when it's your people. Yeah. Every single time it's all fake. And again, remember, Muslims are allowed to lie to you. Remember that.
Jews are allowed to lie to you.
They are, but so are Muslims.
Jews are allowed to lie.
The Hadith and the Talmud are the same. Hadith and the Talmud are the same. Absolute same.
Hadith doesn't say you can lie.
Yeah, okay.
Only the Jews believe you can lie.
Not this video. Next.
So let me answer the propaganda and lies you made about the other video. So listen, in terms of that specific force, what would happen is, and by the way, I disagree with it, but what would happen is there was actually two things that would happen. One was that they would actually take the kids, and the other one is the families would give their kids, because the kids would be part of this elite force. They would be more prestigious than any other force, and then they would have this prestigious honor.
The way you cover for your Muslim brothers is amazing, bro.
No, I disagree
to the
with
Muslims
Ottomans,
out there, take these talking points, because he's really good at covering up the Muslim crimes.
Wait, I need
he's
some,
very
some
good.
1 second.
Go ahead. Can someone get him some water, please?
Because you said for 30 minutes. I mean, I don't mind going longer per speech.
No, let's do one more video. Keep going. Not this one. Not this one. Keep going. I'll tell you which one. That one right there. This is the last video. We'll go, and then we'll have closing thoughts.
Okay.
Let's go. Play this one.
First war as an independent country, and how it explains the wars in the Middle East today. In the 1780s, state-sanctioned pirates from the Islamic Barbary states of North Africa were attacking American ships and enslaving or kidnapping their crews. And as the great Christopher Hitchens recalled, future President Thomas Jefferson visited London to see the ambassador of Tripoli and demand an explanation. The United States was barely a country. It had been at peace for 3 years and didn't have either the Constitution or its first president yet. The US was still confined to the East Coast, and no American soldier or Navy ship had any presence in the Muslim world. There was no territorial, economic dispute or grievance of any kind. And yet, when Jefferson asked the ambassador, "Why is it that you attack a nation that has done you no harm?" And the ambassador replied, "Because the Quran gives us the right to do so. Because you are infidels. You do not acknowledge the Prophet Muhammad. Therefore, it is the right and duty of faithful Muslims to plunder and enslave you." Names and places may change.
Enough. Now, I'm going to let you respond to this, Suleiman, but I'm going to make this clear. People right now are upset because the Zionists are right here and people are beneath them.
True.
They're the top. They're the top of the food chain.
Zionists all the time?
Oh, I'm just telling you who's on top of the food chain. You say it all the time.
Not the Jews.
Zionists, Jews, whatever. So they're on top.
No, why not just Jews?
Because Jews are not all Zionists. That's simple. Okay. So let's make this clear. I know you want to filibuster. Let me finish.
Yeah. So when Muslims
you want the filibuster. Can I finish?
With Muslims,
can I finish? You will have your chance after us. You will have your chance after.
You're not letting me explain.
Let me finish. So right here, what it basically showed you was when the Muslims were the most powerful nation, when the Ottoman Empire was running shit, when the Muslims were right here and Americans were down here for 65 years, those Muslims didn't mess with the French. They didn't mess with the British because they were powerful nations. They picked on the Americans. They enslaved the white boys on American ships for 65 years. And then when Thomas Jefferson, one of the founding fathers of this America, went to London, that shithole you live in, and he fucking talked to the Ottoman ambassador. He said, "Why do you do harm to a nation that's never done any harm to you?" He picked up the Quran and said, "You guys are all infidels, and we have a right to do this." That is a historic fact. So again, Suleiman, go ahead. Okay. Explain to your people why, when they're on top, they enslave people just like the Zionists do now.
Yeah, so listen, this is fake propaganda what
No,
you
it's
said
not.
now.
No,
but
it's
in terms
not.
of Ottomans, I don't even agree with them anyway. There's many practices the Ottomans did that I vehemently disagree with. For example, they would kill their siblings in order to make sure that they got in power, to make sure that there's no threat against their own throne. So you don't need to I'm not defending Ottomans. In terms
that's the last Muslim caliphate, though.
So what? I'm not going to agree with it just if they did something wrong.
That was the last time your people were in power. That's what we can look back at and see a precedence for what happens when Muslims are in power.
They're not my people, right? So
now they're not his people, but all Zionists are my people. You hear this shit?
No, I disagree with I disagree with them in a wide range of things. But let me just answer this because this is propaganda. What you said. So the Ottoman Empire was an empire, right? And in terms of what was happening, and this did happen, it was from the Barbaries, right? And they were mainly from
Ottoman control.
Right. Okay. I need to finish, right? Because I'm actually getting a bit tired because I didn't expect to go long. So and the Barbaries were from Algeria, Tunisia, North Africa, right? They were part of the Ottoman Empire. But what they were doing it autonomously. It wasn't with the dictate of the Ottoman Empire. The Ottoman Empire did not give them permission to do so. And that's actually when this information went to the Ottoman Empire and the Ottomans and the people in charge and said, look, what's happening? They said, look, they're doing it without our dictates.
65 years?
Sorry?
This was going on for 65
years. It wasn't going
years.
65 years.
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't.
It was 65 years.
It wasn't 65
and
years.
it wasn't until America sent ships over to Tripoli and destroyed these guys that it stopped. It only stopped then. It only stopped by brute force because that's all your people understand.
You interrupted again, right? So
you've done a lot of that too.
No. So look. So in reality, what they did was unacceptable. What they did was without the permission of the Ottoman Empire, and they did it without permission. Now, obviously, what they did was because they're pirates. Pirates go and steal ships of people. Generally speaking, pirates will steal ships.
Not from the French and British, though.
I just about to say that. Generally speaking, pirates or criminals always go for the weak rather than the strong because they know the strong will smash them up. So this is what the pirates did because they're pirates. And so that in reality, obviously, it was wrong what they did. But of course, they did it. But it wasn't the Ottoman Empire. It was pirates.
So the weak people always oppress. The strong people always oppress the weak people, right? That's always happened throughout history, right?
No. So let me.
No, you just said that. You said the Ottomans went after the weak people.
No, I didn't say the Ottomans. I said the Barbaries went after
the weak people. That is the Ottomans.
No. They did it without the permission of the Ottomans. But one more point is this: of course, from a psychological perspective, generally speaking, the strong try and oppress the weak, and then it becomes to the humans, people of humanity, who speak out against it. So, for example. When there was this Christian woman in Pakistan who was being oppressed, she was the weak person. They were the strong.
Yes.
I spoke out for her because she was in the position of weakness and she was being oppressed. And this is something that is found within Islam, that you always should help and support those whom are being oppressed, because oppression is one of the most fundamental sins that you can do. So never ever side with the oppressor. This is why I wouldn't side with your boy Netanyahu. And this
that's
is
not
why
my boy.
That's
not my boy. If Netanyahu's my boy, Arafat's your boy.
I think you dissed yourself worse there.
I mean, if that's my boy, Arafat's your boy.
You dissed yourself worse.
I mean, whatever you say. Listen. I already said Netanyahu's a war criminal. I already called Netanyahu a war criminal. So you're not gonna go with that bullshit.
He might be your cousin though.
I mean,
he might be your brother.
I mean, I guess you have a whole bunch of brothers in Hamas and Al-Aqsa's brigade and Hezbollah. I mean,
but I'm not Arab.
Oh, okay. I mean, you got that Muslim blood with them.
Muslim blood. Muslim's a religion. It's not a blood.
I mean,
I think you're mixed up with the Jews because the Jews are an ethnicity and a religion. Okay. They don't understand the difference. This is the problem. The Jews are being so manipulated to not understand the difference ethnicity and religion.
So let's go to closing arguments here. I want to make this clear. This is my boy over here.
Yeah, we're friends.
This is a good friend of mine. Yeah. We just made a trip together. We're doing this. We go a lot. We go a lot harder at each other without these microphones.
Yeah.
Okay,
and let me be clear on this. Gary is my very good friend. I really value him a lot. I would literally stand up against anyone for him, right? So he's a very good friend of mine. But we both love to debate.
We like to debate. We like to argue. We
like to go higher. We like to go low. And I feel bad that I destroyed him in this debate. But it is what it is.
Listen, you got exposed for the first time ever. You got exposed for the first time ever. Everyone's gonna be clipping this shit up, and you will be all over IG. I just made you IG famous, brother. Yeah. I know you're Twitter famous. Yeah. I'm gonna make you IG famous, but it ain't gonna be a good look, bro.
Yeah, of course, because you're gonna snip it out like you Jews do. You ain't gonna put the whole thing on because you get destroyed.
We got the same editor, bro. What are you talking about?
What do you mean?
We got the same editor, so he just made your videos. Anyways, listen.
He just made one of my videos. Yeah,
Suleiman is a good guy. Honestly, me and him believe in about 85, I would say, percent, maybe 80, about the same things. He knows I'm not a Zionist. I know he's not Hamas. I know he's all fucking kidding here and everywhere. The Zionists are a big fucking problem. I've been talking about Zionists for over 20 years. I'm happy they're being exposed right now, but I'm going to make this clear. I'm not going to trade Zionist overlords for CCP or overlords or Muslim overlords. That's just not happening. I see CCP is a big danger. I see what Islam is going in the streets and fucking praying on Times Square, trying to assert their dominance in this country. I'm cool on that. Closing arguments. My man is over here is a 33 Lifepath. I'm a 33. He basically dominates Twitter. I dominate my field. We're both on the same page. This is for you guys. This is for you. What we just did here was for you, because me and him go a lot harder with a lot more profane words. Any closing thoughts, Suleiman?
Yeah, look, at the end of the day, like, Gary is my good friend. Obviously, we don't agree on much because I don't believe in, like, Zionism. But that being said...
I'm a Zionist. Stop the games. I'm a Zionist. Stop the games.
Right. But we disagree a lot. But let me be clear on this. When it comes to Islam, this attack on them is based on Zionism, because in reality, anything you have an issue with in Islam, you will always find it much worse in Christianity and Judaism.
What about Islam?
Much harsher and much more stricter. In reality, it's Jewish Zionists who've taken over the United States of America, but they try and make it look like the Muslims have. It's the Jewish Zionists who've taken over the UK, they try and make it look like the Muslims have. They've destroyed the US and the UK internally and Europe.
My country's fine.
They are the biggest problem. And so therefore, the real issue in society is the Zionists, and we need to stand out against the oppression and hopefully free the United States of America.
Well, I mean, listen, you worry about you worry about your shithole over there across the pond.
Free the United States from Zionist oppression.
The United States,
free the United States from Zionist oppression.
The United States
from Gary's brothers
will keep being number one as long as they keep his people out. As long as we keep his people out, we'll take care of the Zionists within 5-10 years.
As long as they kick his people out, they will remain first. If they leave this virus, this parasite in, they're falling and they're falling, and the CCP is growing. The CCP is growing. These guys are destroying. And what they'll do is these Zios, they'll switch to the CCP, because for them they're a parasite. They don't care about the country.
What I said.
And then they'll go to the CCP. Do not trust these people.
Exactly what I said. Deport. We'll start with the foreign nationals like you.
Deport the Jews.
We'll stay with the foreign nationals like you. Suleiman, where can people find you? I know you just signed a new deal with Party. What can we expect from you there?
Yeah, find me on party.com. / Sheikh Suleiman. Make sure you follow me. I've got a stream coming on Saturday. It's going to be a stream. We're going to talk about a number of issues. And then on the 14th, we're going to start the proper news show. So I'll be streaming on the 11th, 12th, 13th. And then 14th will be a proper academic news show where I'll go through 2 hours of news in detail so you understand geopolitics and news all in one.
So if you want some good Muslim propaganda, you got his channel. He will try to brainwash you to the best of his ability.
Real, and that's a good unbiased news, fighting against his people and fighting against the Zionist propaganda.
Anyways, in closing, this went a little bit longer than I expected, but I think we got some good clips out of it. We have an episode with the 305 coming up next where it's going to be me and 3 minorities. We'll see how that works, man. Anyways, Suleiman, say bye.
All 4 of us are minorities. This guy's a Jew.
Get the hell out of here. I'm American. Go back to UK.
Bruv.
Get the hell out of here, man. Listen. All love. I'm not going to say anything else. This has been a GG33 production. Peace.